beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. Woo! So anyway, here I am out here. Starlight can't tell you where I am, but you might figure it out anyway. Where I am is kind of cold, and there is a tunnel in front of me. I'll just show you where you might be able to see. I'm not sure if you can see. Yeah, you could see the light on the other end of this tunnel. So this is where Starlight is today, is out here on this nature trail that I could see the like the, I don't know if it's like fog that's kind of coming off the ground because it's kind of cold near the tunnel. So Starlight is gonna make a video as I go in this tunnel to give you kind of a little tour as I go and step in this. I'm going to call it a portal, or even the rabbit hole, you know. So anyway, I love you so much, and I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. And let's see, yeah, so make sure you get out in nature, you know, go out and explore. Face your fears, do something, you know, like get out of your comfort zone, do something new. You know, that is my inspiration to you, is, you know, like I am right here. This is something new. I've never done this. A lot of people are out here trying this for the first time. I can feel the cold air come through here. So anyway, besides that is, before I start this video, hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell, and you can leave me a message down below, beep, 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 and you can share my videos with your family, your friends. Plus, don't forget my playlist, and you can also find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. And if anyone would love to send any love donations, you can through my Cash App, and I will have that information here. Ping, there it is. And also, before I start this video, I just want to right now is going to start this video. And now this is about, I'm going to talk about, you know, my mother, a long time ago, we seen a picture, and it was mushrooms. And it's about, you know, the lies that we've been told, you know, in our reality. And so we're going to go through this dark tunnel here. This is my first time, of course. So, yeah, we all been told a lot of lies in history, and this is like going down that rabbit hole. And that's what, wow, my voice is echoing here, is we all been told lies, and that is really what has happened, is they fed us a lot of bullshit. And you know, we need to really wake up to really the truth of really what's going on in this reality. And, you know, you got to really ask yourself, you know, questions, you know, question everything. And I have to say, my whole entire life until like the last, like maybe 10 years or so, or even longer than that, you know, I've been asking a lot of questions my whole life about this reality. And there's a lot of people is that they believe everything they are told, and that was Starlight, you know, most of her life, you know, is starting off, you know, with my family. But I can't blame anything on my family, because they were lied to, you know, they were programmed to believe everything that they were told. And, you know, as I've been going down, you know, like Alice in the Wonderland, like this is like a rabbit hole here, is that, you know, is that I've been finding out a lot of things that I was told throughout my life, and they were all lies. You know, they were lies. They weren't really the truth. And see, it's really cool is because I'm focusing on that, the light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel in life. It's kind of, everything is backwards, twisted, upside down in this reality. And what I've been learning when I have gone down that rabbit hole with, like Alice in a Wonderland, is everything has been backwards, twisted, upside down, a flip mess. And when you really start asking yourself questions, and about this reality that you live into, is that, you're going to discover everything that you were told was a lie, and so don't be afraid to ask questions in your reality about, even history, question history. And, because a lot of the history, it's not always what they say, it's what they're not saying. There's a lot of things in history that they're not even telling us, and we don't even really know what happened a long time ago. And anyway, this video is to explain how we've been told lies throughout our whole history, and they, just like mushrooms, that they grow in the dark, think is the truth, because it's all a deception. It's all to trip you up and put you in a different path in your reality. And that's why, you can look at your life and say, how come nothing makes sense? How come, we're still here and nothing makes sense? How come people are struggling to make an income, families, and, why is everything set up the way it is? And those are things that you got to question, how come we haven't gotten it right? How come, this world is still a mess? And most people have been lied to is because they think the Creator, God, is the one in control. And that is the thing. It's not God. God is not the one that created all this. So we got to be, question everything in your reality. And it is to trip you up, because we are in a stimulation in a matrix, and that is why things don't make any sense. And so, like I've been mentioning on my videos, we are in a stimulation. This is the matrix. And of course, Starlight's down in this rabbit hole. You only can see that. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And when I say there's light at the end of the tunnel, is what I've been learning on this journey is the more I get right with myself and God and other people, the more of the truth comes out, and God reveals the truth of really what is going on in this reality. So it is really backwards, and so you really have to be careful, even the churches that you go to, because there's a lot of churches out there that there's some of them out there you might think that they're there to help you out, but you're not really going to grow, and it's going to keep you in a box. So you got to really be careful of what you believe, even as far as going to church. And Starlight's not religious, but she is spiritual, and you got to really ask questions all the time, even the things that you've been being taught in the church, is to ask questions. Let them prove what they say, and no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing in life, is to keep on asking questions. Make sure you get the answers that you're searching for, and make sure it makes sense, because there's a lot of things that I've been learning on this journey in life, things that I was even learning in church, is not even real. It's not even the truth. And now that I'm doing the things that I was told not to do, I'm finding out that is exactly what I needed to do. So there, I'll let you pass. So you got to really question everything in your reality, is not to believe everything that you've been told or taught, because it's all been a trip. It's to trip you up, and it's to put you somewhere else in your reality. So, and I'm not sure how long this trail goes, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, like I said, because the more you dig and question everything, and that is, you need to pray and ask God, and that's how I've been getting answers, is asking God and being guided all the time to find out what the truth really is. And, that means you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. That means you're going to have to try new things. It's going to, that means that you got to Stop repeating the same thing every day. Stop doing the same things every day, having a same routine day in and day out. You got to switch that routine around and switch things around. You got to stretch yourself, And so you got to also face your fears. If you really want to know the truth, that means you're gonna have to take some risk in life. You're gonna have to face yourself. You're going to have to, face those demons inside of you and release those inside of you, because when you let go of all the programs that you've been programmed your whole life to believe is true, and all the outdated program that they've programmed you to believe everything you think. So when you let go of that outdated program and you get right with yourself and you get right with God and you get right with others, God is going to reveal the truth in such a way. So that is what you want to really just pray about, the things that you want to know. And God will guide you and help you in this journey of life. If you really ask and seek those answers, you will find those answers that you've been so desperately seeking. And you'll start making sense of really what's going on in this reality, in this world that planet Earth. And like I said, this is a stimulation, the matrix. And so you got to really be careful, because not everyone out there is for your greatest good. There's a lot of people that are wearing masks and they're not even being real. And there's people that have been programmed to lie to you, but they're not even aware that they're doing it. So in the Bible, it says not to be, we're not here to fight against flesh or blood, but it's about the principalities, about the wickedness in dark places. Like right now, it's a dark place. It is so funny. I'm actually the end of the tunnel, it's getting actually lighter now. And it is kind of cool, because I'm out here and I don't have a flashlight that's even doing anything, but it's pretty cool how somebody went ahead of me and I can see their light. And that is pretty much how this journey has been, is Jesus will shine the light in your life and guide you along the way. And God is always there with you. You're never alone. And nobody's behind me, but I do have. It's amazing how God sent this person, because they said if you don't have a flashlight, even though that you could see the light at the end of the tunnel, is that you could bump into a wall. And it's such an amazing thing, as taking a step of faith in the unknown, in the darkness, like I am. There are creatures in here in this tunnel. But, God sent this lady out here, and she's shining the light ahead of me so I can see clearly to get out of the other end of this tunnel. So this is how this journey has been for Starlight, is when you let go and you let God, and you take that step of faith, it's amazing how everything works. Even though it's my first time doing this, I'm not afraid of the dark, but it's amazing how God sent this lady, and she was behind me and now she's ahead of me, and God has used her in a way to show me the way out of this tunnel. So you're never alone on this journey in life, but you just got to remember to reach out and ask for help, and not to trust everyone out there, because not everyone wants you to make it. There's going to be people that are going to try to, like I mentioned in many videos, there's people out there, they might not actually be aware that they are there to be sent to trip you up and to guide you in the wrong way. And I know it's kind of funny because you guys don't see it in front of me, but there it is. I'm actually zoomed in a little bit more. But see now, so you gotta just trust, here you guys are, I don't even know how many minutes it is to get to the other end of this tunnel here, but this is what it's like, when you go down that rabbit hole, is God will reveal the truth, but how bad do you want it? In order for you to get the truth, I believe this, you have to be honest with yourself. How bad do you want the truth? How bad do you want to really know, things in your past and things that you might have experienced in your life? But God expects us to be honest, and that is what I've learned on this journey. Even when I need help, I need to be honest. When people ask me questions, I need to be honest. Because, I told somebody a long time ago, I don't believe you can get the truth unless you're an honest person out in the world. Of course there are people out there that know the truth because they're the ones that are doing all this stuff. There is a group of people in the world that actually is in control of the whole planet. It's maybe, I don't know what percentage, but a handful of people. They're the ones, it's not God, but they want to take you away from God. They want to trip you up, and they want to keep you in a low frequency and a low vibration. And that's where you got to really know who is who in this reality. You got to know what people you can trust. And it's not really everything that people say or what they do, because I've been fooled many times in my reality, like you guys have, and girls, where it's not always what people are saying or what they are doing to prove what they're saying is real and truthful. Is that, you can feel their energy, and that is a good way of knowing if they're being honest or not. See, this is super cool. I can see this light, but I don't know if you guys are going to see it. Somebody must be walking towards me, and I can't see him quite yet. So this is super cool. I can see somebody's light out here, but here it looks super cool. Peace. Hello. That looks super cool far away. Oh, it's super cool. Yeah, you enjoy. Yep. So, it's so funny going through this tunnel is because I did have my camera zoomed out quite a bit, but you would swear that the opening of this tunnel is closer than what it really is. So I don't, it is a trip. I am so grateful. And like I said, I am not afraid of the dark, but I was so blessed to have this girl in front of me, and then I had that guy walking towards me. That light was so super cool. So anyway, I'm so grateful that there was other people in here as I was going through. I don't know how long. I'll have to do the research when I get back out of here, because I do have information as you head out here about this tunnel. And I think the lady is about ready to exit out. So this is super cool. I'm so grateful that the universe guided me today to come out here, because when I get done doing this is actually, they say there's a lot in the Bible. And so this is really, I don't know what a tunnel represents in a dream study. So there's going to be something really cool that happens after starlight gets through this tunnel. And it's not just a physical thing. Again, like I said the other day about climbing up the mountain, there's more of a meaning of what's really going on with starlight out here in this long, cold tunnel. Yeah. I can see actually some spots here that has rain droppings here. So so it's a little wet here. So it looks, I'm getting closer, I swear. And I got my yucky sneakers, so this is good. Up here further I can hear it like it's wet. So I am grateful though, my timing was perfect, because I did have somebody that went before me. And it's like the song in the Bible, "This little light of mine I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So this is, it keeps on looking like I'm getting closer. So I'm glad that the lady ahead of me was here, because that helped me to get through this tunnel without, my light was not working at all. But I took that step of faith to walk in here, and it just worked out the way God intended it to work. So we're almost through to the other side. So you gotta, I gotta see how wet this is. I don't know if this is soft, because I'm like, the ground is wet here. But yeah, this is super cool. Starley is into this kind of stuff right here. And but that lady ahead of me, it's really super cool how everything is going my way, and you know, there's no accidents or coincidences, and it was just perfect timing that that lady came through when she did. She was behind me, and then she went past me because I was making a video, and so it was really super cool that she was ahead of me. So I am grateful, because I didn't realize how close I was to the wall in here. So here we are, she's already made it through. It's really cool to do this. So I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit more. And I'm gonna do some pictures out here when I get out, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that's God, you know, that's Jesus, you know. You just have to believe and trust, because that's where the truth lies, you know. Not to really believe everything a man says, but, you know, God, when God says something, God does what God says he's gonna do. So anyway, I'm just almost through here. This is super cool. I do want to take some shots here with my camera when I get out. But yeah, see, it's a good thing, because I wouldn't have never seen this, but this is some water on this side, and some water on this side. So you definitely want to make sure you're in the center of this baby. But here we are. But isn't this beautiful? So yeah, so thank you. Thank you, all of you, for being with Starlight through this tunnel out here. And they do say, you know, how it gets bright out here. Hello. That was fun. Yeah. So yeah, this is super cool. Let's see, I gotta back up here a little bit. So here's the other end of the tunnel, and so there's more people coming through here. But this is really that was fun. So Starlight will have to go back through the tunnel again, and they actually have the same sign that they had on the way in here. So yeah, so like I'm saying, is those of you that are new to my YouTube channel, is you know what, if you really want to know the truth, ask God, you know, to wisdom is really what you want to ask, you know, for wisdom, so you can learn what the truth really is. And you know, not to believe everything that you hear on the media, you know, the news, even social medias, you know, out there, because a lot of it's out there to trip you up. And I know some of you possibly go to church. You really got to be careful with that, you know. There's those people, it's been going on for a long time to preach a certain way and to control people. And what I learned, it stunted my growth. You know, I wasn't growing. I outgrew the one church. And the other church I went into, it was wicked, you know. I am a free little bird, you know. And let love guide you, not fear. And that is what, you want to know the truth. That means you got to get out of your comfort zone, and you got to face your fears. You can't keep on repeating the same things every day. Getting out in nature is going to help you out. But ask God, to reveal the truth. And the truth will be known, but you're going to have to work for it. That's how this happens. If you really want to know the truth yourself, maybe you don't trust other people, and I get that, but you gotta really do the inner work inside, and that means by facing your shadows and your demons, because those things actually block us from really knowing really what the truth in life really is. So anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. I can see some people coming out right now. So Starlight will be making some pictures out here, and doing a video out here really quick. So I love you so much. I really hope you enjoy it. I know it's a dark video. So anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace. Thank you for watching. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.